Sur cette butte-là, y avait pas de gigolette, pas de marlou ni de beau muscadin. Ah, c'était loin du moulin de la galette et de Paname qu'est le roi des patelins. Ce qu'elle en a bu du beau sang cette terre, sans d'ouvriers et sans de paysans. Car les bandits qui sont cause des guerres n'en meurent jamais, on ne tue que les innocents.
Hello everyone.
La butte rouge, c'est son nom. Le baptême se fit un matin où tous ceux qui montaient roulaient dans le ravin.
Hello Croiners.
Aujourd'hui, à des vignes,
Future Face.
il y pousse du raisin.
Thomas Corcoran.
Qui boira ce vin-là, boira le sang des copains.
Hello Matt. Hello Christian.
Sur cette butte-là, on n'y faisait pas la noce.
X-Rich, Zetman. Hello Mauricio.
Mais les pauvres gars qui avaient laissé des gosses,
Hello Magique Berbère.
Ce qu'elle en a bu des larmes, cette terre.
Hello Arlo.
Larmes de paysans.
Salut Claude.
Car les bandits qui sont cause des guerres ne pleurent jamais, car ce sont des tyrans. La butte rouge, c'est son nom.
Hello Jeff.
Le baptême se fit un matin.
Hello Andora's Revenge. Hello Joe. How you doing?
Dans le ravin. Aujourd'hui, à des vignes, il y pousse du
Hello
raisin.
Andrew.
Qui boit de ce vin-là, boit les larmes des copains. Sur cette butte-là, on y refait des vendanges, on y entend des cris.
How is everyone doing tonight?
Filles et gars, doucement y échangent des mots d'amour qui
Hello,
donnent
Dove.
le frisson. Peuvent-ils songer dans leurs folles étreintes qu'à cet endroit où s'échangent leurs baisers? J'ai entendu la nuit monter des plaintes et j'y ai vu des gars au crâne brisé. La butte rouge, c'est son nom. Le baptême se fit un matin où tous ceux qui grimpaient roulaient dans le ravin. Maintenant, il y a des vignes,
Well.
il y pousse du raisin. Mais moi, j'y vois des croix portant le nom des copains.
So we started with an old classic French song, an anti-war song, often mistaken for a song about La Commune, but I think it suits it anyways. Hello everyone. This was Yves Montand singing La Butte Rouge, The Red Hill. Yves Montand, for those who don't know, the French singer, actor who dated Marilyn Monroe. Salut Sylvain. Yes. So we're staying in France. How is the sound tonight? I hope it's better than last week. Last week was okay, but my voice was not well mixed. Not that it's the most important thing, but so yeah, tell me how the sound is. Tell me how your week was. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you thought of last week's stream if you weren't there and you're here now. Tonight I didn't really know what I was gonna play. It was a weird week, very strange, but you gotta find your flow anyways, don't you? Some people don't get that luxury. And that's a damn shame. Oh, it's a bit low? How is it that now? I'll try to do my best. Otherwise, you'll have to adjust yourself. We're listening to the second vinyl release of a band. I think I got their first one something like 10 years ago, and they've released a bunch of stuff. Somewhat changed their name. This is Odd Bongo, Omar Di Bongo. Bongoville, Odd Bongo. Named after one of the most famous modern African presidents. One of the richest men on earth at one point. Yes. Yeah, dub vibes, bass vibes. Great little album, 6 tracks. I might be playing another one later tonight. It's the kind of record that I didn't expect, and when I heard it I thought like, oh yeah, I need some records like that every now and then. Yes, I agree, Claude. Well, and thank you, Thomas, for being one of the early tipper of the night, supporting the stream as usual. Thank you so much. This is very instrumental in this happening every week like it does. I seem to be going away for a little while and I keep coming back on the regular, my Fridays. Maurizio as well, David, Storm, Bernie, Kugoff, all of the 4 of you for leaving tips in the coffee jar right now. And who else? A couple of you left during the week as well. I think Clifford. But now I'm enjoying a silence, so I think I'm just gonna play that other track from the record. The one that first convinced me to get it. It's more midnight track, but I really like that track I play. I like all the 6 tracks of that album, actually, I must say. A mini album, EP, who knows? This is sort of going in all directions at once. Most directions I'm interested in when it comes to club music. It is. It is a pretty cool cover. Hello, Sydney. How are you doing?
Something nice.
Well, it's always nice to give away records, huh? Cheers. Hello, Paul. Salut, Rich.
Something nice.
There'll be some stuff for you tonight. That's a good way to spend your summer days, at least on the turntable. So I would assume this is still available. Well, I'll put the link the Discogs link of that anyways. As usual. I think it was it was released in April, but small band, small distribution. It's actually on 4 different labels, so sort of a community release.
Something like
Embracing the chaos of our days, I would say. And this is not the track I intended to play now, I know this. But, see, pretty good anyways. Salut Pinap. I mean, the production on this is really impressive. They spend a lot of time on that record, it shows. Yeah, this was created, recorded and edited between 2022 and 2025. There's something quite humid about that music that I really enjoy. Squarey jungle. A paradox, huh? And this is what's going on, I think, in the world right now. The heat is going to the head of a lot of people right now. And yeah, we have football, but who cares about that? I like football, but... What I noticed though is that getting records in the mail during that time of the year can be pretty dicey. Hello Quint, how you doing? Well, I guess that's probably true. Well, I don't think I can solve that many problems. I know I can't, but thank you for the encouragement. Hello Robin, how you doing? Yeah, no, that's not a see-through, a clear blue. That's a stark, whatever At least this year, so far, I've found a bunch of dance music or dance adjacent that I thought was relevant and usable, as dance music is functional. What we're listening to now isn't. Not that there needs to be a scale or anything, but art, huh? If you haven't read it, I think I talk a little bit about that in the latest description, in the description of this stream, of this video. Always good of a time for questions. We're listening to a collaboration I didn't necessarily welcome, as I have my I wouldn't say bias, but my experienced doubts with Kelly Malone, but here with Drew McDowell, formerly of Coil, Psychic TV, and his own solo career, here on Kelly Malone's partner's label, Ideological Organ. Here they both are. A session recorded in 2022 in New York at Drew McDowell's studio, and later mixed, tweaked a little bit. And it was released last year, late last year, but took me a little while to find a definitive opinion about it, and I decided, no, this is actually really good. Comes with this gigantic poster of them. I don't know what's the real use of that. I don't know if when I feel like a teenager again, I will indulge in some wall decorations. I have no walls. On my walls there's shelves of books and records and paintings. I'm definitely not a minimalist in my interior decoration. But this is really nice. 5 tracks, this is one of the shorter ones. Really interesting and beautiful sound design here, and a minimal sort of drony ambient tune, very minimal, repetitive in all the best ways. There's a theme tonight, by the way. Quite an abstract one. I literally came up with the concept now, so don't take it too seriously. But yet, yes, compilations. Don't necessarily like them, huh? They're not concepts when you have focus in your music taste and collection, but sometimes they're unavoidable.
This evening
Hello, the Losfeld.
Reached out for you, but fell flat on my face. Flop on my floors, covered on phones.
Here's the Drew McDowell, Kelly Malone collaboration that I just played. Ooh, let me think about it. That these are the only ones that count. But even then, we're listening to Shadow and Substance, second volume of the Glass Records compilations from 1984, the label that gave us Spaceman 3. It's a really, really good compilation. We're listening to In Embrace, one of these bands in the periphery of ILS in Gaza. A really good little track, Lost there. Yeah. We just did have Drew McDowell, so Coil by proxy. Love Mars. Hello Randy, how you doing? And there's a collection with 23 Skidoo as well. I guess compilations are good to introduce you to artists as well. I think it was early last year that I started to go into a rabbit hole of the scene around ILS in Gaza and discovered In Embrace, got a bunch of their records. A lot of these are not for me, but the ones that are, amazing post-punk, was a very peculiar fashion. The singing, as you could hear, also sort of reminiscent of Martin Bates, who we listened to last week. I like that song, but I needed something else on that compilation to convince me to get it, and we'll get to that a little later tonight. Yeah. Well, that makes you older than me, Croiners, which is probably a good thing. Oh my god, DJ Mr. Joel, that's a low blow. Hello Nate, how you doing? I've had that one since 1992. This was all the rage when Kurt Cobain was wearing one somewhere, and you could find these at every big convenience store here in Europe, and that's where I got mine, and it's undestroyable. My first electronic music. There's many ways to answer that question. I would say I think it actually was Hawkwind. I think it was Hashcake 86 on a cassette compilation I brought in the UK on a little trip, school trip in '89. Probably heard electronic music before that, but yeah, and that was mostly connected to my days of tabletop role-playing games. We're gonna do a live tomorrow, Pinap, actually, in French. Yeah, exactly. Well, there were the hooded flannels and this. Right now we're listening to a very nice release from last year on Living Records, the best label of the past couple of years, I would say. But before that, I'll give you the link of that compilation, because the track listing is pretty impressive. You got half Japanese, King of Culture, Attrition, The Jazz Butcher, Ronaldo and the Loaf, this is beautiful. There is that compilation that I was just playing was that In Embrace track. But now we're listening to Luke Schneider for Dancing in Quiet Light. Lap steel guitar, pedal steel pedal steel. We're listening to the title track here. I pre-ordered that last summer, a year ago, and Soundo never got it in stock. And I talked with the guy from Living Records, and I don't know if that had an impact, but recently I saw the record was suddenly in stock, and last week they had a little bit of a promotion, so I ordered it back then. Do I remember Tunnels and Trolls? Yeah, absolutely. It was like an open world source book, I think. LA, yeah. I think I played a split of LA with Christina Kubish a month ago or so. Oh, I didn't know you were playing on the. We need to talk more. And this is an accurate description, I would say. I don't imagine they pressed many copies of that, but it was one of these records. When I heard this track first, I didn't need to think a lot. I didn't need to think long before deciding I need this record in my life. Here's the Discogs link for the technical data. Well, there you go. I think I played a couple before, but this one is, I wouldn't say this is experimental. This is more sort of new age with some tension. contrast. Sus doesn't ring a bell. Oh, look at him with his little flowers on the guitar. Beautiful record. Yeah. Well, tip your DJ of the night. Next I'll play another track from the previous record, that compilation on Glass Records. The track that convinced me to get the record and also opened up a new little rabbit hole. Alright. Oh, interesting. Oh, I think I remember that one, yeah. That rings a bell now with Colin Newman. Oh, you know how to speak to my heart, Joe. Salut Pinot, Pépino. And now let's go to my kind of party. Exclusive track on this as well. Oh well. Share the meal with them. See you later, Joe. Hello, Record Hound. How you doing? Hello, GCs.
Now talk about the government.
Luxuries that society decides we need to protect us from our loneliness. So we have to buy a TV so we can watch the repeats.
I love this.
Of a situation
exactly.
Comedy that shows us what our life
The band I was not familiar with, but now that I am, I've dug into them. Nothing but happiness. That's why the believer and his belief. It's a duo. Obviously, a woman and a guy. Really, really, really cool. Music you would play alongside the Raincoats' third album, for example. 52nd Street, Conk, all this kind of stuff that I love. Well, if it's not catching your ears, it's probably catching your hips and shoulders. Yeah. Ah, il y en aura ce soir.
Where they came from, you'll find it's not because it's always
love that as well. Yeah. Hello, Stefan. How are you doing? This is a song for Bobby, huh? Isn't it? Our own Bobby from the Field Mice and Northern Picture Library. Bruce Pavitt, 2 tracks on that compilation, indeed. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. This is sort of sub pop prehistory. Where could we go from here, huh? If you watch this stream a few times, probably know it's not gonna be another punk track. But where could we go? I know. It's not gonna please everyone.
I've seen this score many times, but never heard this piece until now.
Hey, yeah. Let's listen to some opera, some contemporary opera. And I mean opera, not opera. This is a record I've been after for a little while. I wanted to find it on the cheap, which I achieved recently. So you can hear the electronics coming in. Anyara, Space Opera by Carl Birger Blomdahl, Swedish composer. I think I played some of his before. Anyara, I think it's a sci-fi novel. Or maybe an opera, sci-fi opera. It was adapted into a sci-fi movie a couple of years ago, like the most expensive Swedish movie ever, if I remember correctly. I didn't see it. But this is always my kind of jam, huh? For better or worse. It's is it a triple LP? Cheers, Christian Montulli and Frank Ruffing for living nice little tips in the coffee jar. Merci beaucoup. Very useful. Much appreciated. Hello, Frank. Yeah, this is a double LP box set with a huge booklet, if I remember correctly. Shows you how crazy it is. Let me find you the link first. I mean, doesn't it strike you as very contemporary to now? In the themes, religion, authority, space. This came out on the always interesting Caprice label, which did release that Don Cherry double album that everyone seems to like. I do too. Quite unpredictable label back then in the 70s, 80s. Where are we going with this vinyl thing, huh? Well, yeah, it's a record you should find on cheap. Hello KS, how you doing? It is in there. Thankfully I didn't pay more for it. So that opera was composed in the 50s, and we're listening to a recording, a performance of it in from 1985. So it was very avant-garde from the 50s. The score is probably somewhat adapted, I'm not sure. But however vintage this is, it's still pretty cool, I think. Hello Michael, how you doing? Oh, okay. Hopefully the good ones. Hello, I'm the dead. Hello Ben, how are you doing? This takes me back to a very formative moment in my journey through music. Back in 94, I believe. I think it was 94. I was set to go on a summer holiday with my vacation from school with my parents for a couple of months. And I decided to challenge myself. I went to the Rough Trade record store where I was usually buying indie rock. For the most part. I had started to branch out a little bit. Quite a lot actually, but there were a bunch of names that were still a little bit esoteric to me. Was it 93 maybe? 94? Probably 94, yeah. And I decided to take a leap of faith. And after having heard and seen that name associated as well, I think with Stereolab, which was an interesting band for me back then, I decided to take the a leap of faith with Nurse with Wound and Board, their latest album from back then, Rock and Roll Station, which opened up all sorts of gates. This is Rock and Roll Station Redux Extraction. A 5 CD box set is scheduled for later this year, and this is a sort of sampler of that on vinyl, 4 covers of tracks from the original LP or CD. One by most of them by collaborators, one by Irapext, Matt Valdron, whom I love, one by Jean-Jacques Birger, who was a guest of my radio show back in the days in Paris from Un Drame Musical Instantané, one by a recent collaborator, and this is Andrew Lyles, one of his most regular collaborators for the past 20 years now. I haven't been that interested in his recent stuff. He's trying to do new stuff and I don't think it works for the most part, but this this I really like. Hello Mr. Zosh. Hello Vintage Yvonne. Rock and Roll Station, Strange Wax, Andrew Lyles mix. We obviously had access to the recording, to the tapes, or whatever it was. Mastered by Colin Potter. So someone asked for Coil and Nurse's Wound tonight. You got both. Obliquely. Salut Giku. Here is 11:22 p.m. Soon, midnight in half an hour. No, I won't, Quint. I just don't buy CDs anymore. Hello, Dagon. How you doing? Sure, it's gonna be great, but I got enough on my hands with vinyl. Don't get me started, Rich.
Rock and Roll Session is a session where we can do what we want to do. Sweat. Gross module.
Love this.
Bicycle is music. Gross.
Jack's Bicycle is Jacques Bérocal, the French free jazz trumpeter, whose this album is dedicated to, and who's performed live with Nurse's Wound for that track. I've seen him in Paris doing that. It was amazing. Performing the bicycle.
I'm in a rocking session. Gross, I'm waiting for Michael. He's not here. Brand new Cadillac. Gross.
Sweat. I'm in a rock and roll session and I'm waiting for Michael, who's not here.
When this was released in '94, or the original version,
Do you remember? It was
a lot of old
1959.
school
The Observatory.
nurses and heads didn't like this at all. They thought it was sort of a selling out album.
Listening to a rock and roll session is to be.
And in a way it is. It's
to be.
the matrix of his hip hop album that never was.
Is a second pirate session.
As he did work with a bunch of female MCs and recorded a bunch of stuff, but he never released that. I did a sort of mixtape myself where I made tons of edits of that album and mixed them with acapellas of rappers. Should find that sometime
I'm in a gross module
and release it.
for a rock and roll session. Sweat. Who? He's not here. It was 1959. The Observatory. I'm in a rock and roll session and I'm waiting for a gross module. A rock and roll session is a session where we can do what we want to do. But hang on. Jack's bicycle. Do you remember? I'm in a rock and roll session.
Wish Andrew Lloyd
I'm
did
waiting
more
for
stuff
Michael.
like that again.
Who? He's not here. Brand new Cadillac. 1959.
Thank you, Mr. Zosh. Thank you for the little tip in the coffee jar. Much appreciated. It's a slow night so far, so I really appreciate that. If you guys can support the stream and the channel tonight,
Possible.
really appreciate that.
Everything is possible. Possible.
Sweet.
Everything is possible. Possible.
From the West Coast, I believe so. 9 or 10.
A rock and roll session is a second pirate
I'm doing
session.
this quite late for me so that
Strange whack.
the American friends can
But I'm listening.
catch it live.
Listening to a rock and roll session. Outlaw. Outlaw.
You really think so? Sonny Cube 29. Salut compare vinyle.
I'm in
Yeah.
a gross module. I'm
There'll
waiting
be
for
a
Michael.
room tour when I build my new
He's not
studio.
here. 1959.
Until then it's just like
The Observatory.
nonsensical.
What a strange story. Jack's bicycle is music. Everything is possible. Possible. A rock and roll session is a session where we can do what we
Hello
want to
Pat,
do.
how you doing?
But hang on. Jack's bicycle.
I agree.
Do you remember?
Dub. What are you looking for in a record room tour? I wonder. Honest question. I'm not being cheeky, but I know people in the VC they tend to do that. But what are people looking forward in these videos? I mean, I won't lie. Sometimes I will watch these as well, but never too sure why. It is good, huh? I guess for Yvonne it is. No, for Sydney. Sorry. Now here's a record I hadn't listened to in a while, and I pulled it yesterday. The cover is not that great. It kind of makes you favor other choices, but I thought like it's time, and this is killer from start to end. The lineup is absolutely insane. Huh. I hope for the best, Sydney. I try to remember where I put it at last. At one point there was sort of order. I had I realized I had something like 67 different categories and categories within categories. So that kind of helped out. But right now it's just piles of records, stacks of records mostly, not piles, but and to build the stream every week, usually what I do is I favor the latest finds, arrivals, and if I need to, I'll go to the shelves or randomly pick records I feel would complement in an interesting way what I already have lined up. I'll talk about it soon. Oh no, it's great. I was talking about that, about the voyeurism in the description of the video in the little text there. So yeah, we might be voyeurs, listening to the music people made to declare their love to their soulmates. Huh. Well, with me it's not really that. Like I'm disclosing most stuff. I have about 15,000. So Sydney's question was relevant. Where is your name coming from besides the band, huh? Hello DJ Soki, how are you doing? Caught you for a little while yesterday. Skål! Billy. Billy box. Nah. I still live amongst the civilized people. Somewhat. In the forest. So we're listening to the Creative Construction Company, recorded in 1970, featuring Leroy Jenkins on violin, viola, recorder, toy xylophone, harmonica, bicycle horn, Anthony Braxton on alto sax, soprano sax, clarinet, flute, contrabass, clarinet, orchestral chimes, Leo Smith on trumpet, flugelhorn, French horn, seal horn, and different percussions. Voila, Richard Abrams on piano, cello, and clarinet, Richard Davis on bass, and Steve McCall on drums and different percussions. That's a very 70s, like fusion, but it's from 70. It looks like a sort of wannabe. Yeah, it's not a record that would necessarily that would attract me. It's sort of like a Miles Davis rejected cover, but the music is. As simple as that. Fair enough. I really like Sonic Youth up until Evil, I think I like everything up until Evil, and then I grew up with 100%, but dirty. I mean, but the last one that really made an impact is experimental Jet Set Trash and No Star, which I still listen with a lot of joy. That's why I favor not having much order in things. I don't file records either. I just when you're free in your music taste and buying, when you buy from all directions, dub, ambient, folk music, traditional music, rock, rye, zouk, Cajun music, modern classical, chanson, begin, nibzin, hip hop, like whatever. When you're sort of certain of your taste, usually when I get a record, I give it a good listen, sort of deep listening, and then it's filed here. And then I just welcome the reconnection when I just pull the record. Well, sorry for making you repeat yourself, Michael. Although repetition has its own strengths. Well, you know, it comes and goes. Yeah, that's not a problem where I live, but I'm not the kind of people who enjoys blasting out the music too much either. If I can hear it, a nice volume, I'm good. Yeah. There is Emervienne. Hence also the supporting of the channel being a good dynamic. And on that note, actually, if you haven't already, by all means, please leave a like, thumbs up to the video. I think it does something good to the channel, and I like good things. I hope you do wish good things to me and the channel. And if you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, but certainly after the live streaming, by all means, if you want to further the discussion and ask me more specific questions or tell me about anything, use the comment section and the plea I just made for following the links in the description of the video to support the channel, and tipping your DJ of the night, of the day, of whenever you're watching and listen to this. Follow the links in the description and buy us a beer, a record, records, a new shed, contribute. I'm sure here for you, so be here for me when you can. Cheers. I love this kind of craziness. Thank you, Revenge. Thank you for leaving a nice tip in the coffee jar. Merci. Surprising, huh? I haven't. I read about it. I just learned today there was a new one. And it gave me an ID, so... And that's in the past, Sydney? Who's that from, Michael? That's good. Sounds like a Cage quote. Hello, Herc. Seva says hey. I play that kind of stuff all the time. I played 2 tracks tonight already of that kind of music. But yeah, I have an idea about that. Yeah, this heat is exceptional. All 3 records. Well, thank you, Brian. Let me give you a link to that record. I mean, this is the original pressing on Muse. But yeah, it's fairly cheap. I enjoy this more now than I did when I bought that like 20-25 years ago. Here it is. No, I do, Quinn. I don't live alone, but on the island. Oh, okay. Well, I hope your brother is better now. I hope it went for it was effective. Hopefully the kind of stuff you from your Stunty section paid off. Hopefully went up or didn't lose its value. Hello, John. Hello, guten Abend, bonsoir. Nice to see you, John, always. It's quite interesting since this was released in 1975, but recorded in May 1970. And liner notes tell a story starting in 1971. Liner notes by Robert Palmer. I don't think it's the Robert Palmer. Recording supervisor Ornette Coleman. Recorded at the Washington Square Methodist Church, Peace Church, New York City. Oh, okay. Tarasov and Shekassin. Okay. Interesting. Filgana. Yeah, I know that record. What's up, NSR Music? I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I feel you. I know it might sound, I don't know, like it will sound however it sounds to you, but there's a case to be made that paying this money for records is giving sort of less metaphorical value to the music as well. For me, buying a record is as much as it is introducing new music to my pooling pool. It is about expressing choices. Everything is a subtraction in a way. Yeah, I do let this one play because I think it deserves it. Thank you, Michael Pidos, and thank you for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar. Merci. I'm slowly getting halfway through my objective of the night, so... I told you, it's a slow night, but sometimes it's like that. It's the world. The world we live in. Huh? Have a nice little treat for you. You know, a reason why some of you listen to this live, getting the info live, so you can order some stuff, some special stuff that is elusive before it becomes impossible and invisible. Next one. It's not a big record, but it is available on Soundome, and I believe most people might have missed it. Nice. That's the dynamic of your couple. It's, I mean, it's interesting. The band he was in, it was a decent, but I really like the extended version of Looking for Clues. Looking for Clues is one of my favorite songs from the 80s. I have a shitload of favorite songs from the 80s. The guitar riff in this is one of my all-time favorite guitar riffs. Yeah, let us know if you have something special there already in. Sometimes records it takes you a while to decide what this is for you, if this is for you. This was almost instantly a must-have for me. There's only 20 copies of it. It's a laugh cut from a Danish violin player who's done some string arrangements for Lana Del Rey, for Tim Heidecker. This is Felix Havstas Ziska. Let me give you a link to that. I entered it today on Discogs, but look for it on Soundom. That's where you'll find copies of it still available. This is Nordic, Scandinavian folk music tuned down. Salut Chris. She's interesting, huh? I saw a video of him playing the violin. He plays with two violins simultaneously, not in a showing off way. It's actually useful to what he's doing. Cellos, yeah. But I think it's violin in this case. Oh, you're Danish. Oh, nice. Yeah. I'll put the other side. I might struggle since the hole is tight. Yeah, hand job records, right. The jokes write themselves. It wasn't too bad. He literally is, huh? I think he released these 3 tracks are highlights of an album that was either released on CD or cassette, I'm not sure. But I'm really happy with this. This is just a little record and cost me like $12 or something. It's how it should be. Thank you, Herc. Thank you for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar. And Solimar, thank you for leaving a very nice little tip in the coffee jar. Merci beaucoup. Jason. No? Who are you, Solimar? Thomas, I know who you are. He does. I think he's tuning down the violin quite a lot. And it's not the best quality laugh cut here, but I think it adds to the charm of the audio experience here. Might be. Now, a record I've had since it was released. And I didn't really realize. I realized something only recently. There's a 12-inch EP of that track, but it's not the same version. This is on a double LP compilation, the theme of the evening. Look at these handmade labels. So if you like that, I encourage you to check the Soundom site. It was the only place I could find it. It's totally affordable, and I think they only made 20 copies of it from all the research I did online today. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It came with a download code. And I don't know why, but with a little bag of like white hair shavings. So you got good work for your money, huh? Oh, well. I checked earlier today and there was copies, so I guess a few of you share the attraction. Hauntology. Not necessarily, but this in a way, yeah. So this is the Mike Flower Pops band collaboration with Aphex Twin. On the double LP United Mutations low recordings, the third compilation they did back in the first half of the 90s, if I remember correctly. I think it's from like 95, probably, maybe 96. Then I would be wrong, obviously. Let me see. This is when Aphex Twin was solely unpredictable, I would say. There's an EP from Mike Flower Pops with remixes by Luke Vibert and two remixes by Aphex Twin, but this one is exclusive to that compilation. Okay, there's copies of it for next to nothing on Discogs. It's a good compilation. There's a good UI tracks, a good Spring Heel Jack track, Barb, I love Barb. There's a First and More track. For you, Sonic Youth lover, huh? Here's the link to that record. I don't know if it's real hair or plastic hair. I didn't open it, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, when was that from then? 96, yeah. Yeah, this is right around there. Hopefully not. Almost midnight, huh? Yeah. Lots of stuff to look for. I didn't look for it, I bought it back then, but I didn't know it would become, you know, the the margins. Tony Cook and the Party People. An EP or a single on the Half Moon Records, great boogie label. Love that track, sort of dubby, but great bass. Whenever I play disco, this will probably fit in the set. Hello Daniel, long time! Not that long, but I hope you're enjoying the World Cup. Well, you asked for it, huh? Cheers, John. John Levinson, thank you for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Merci. And just like that, I think I reached halfway my objective of the night. It's cool.
Behold, I have the power to bring you down to earth. You must feel the rhythm, you must feel the beat, you must feel your body moving through the atmosphere.
Ooh, lots of bass on this, huh? Salut Concrete Vlog. Cheers, thank you. Tip you're a DJ of the night then, if you can.
Yes.
You missed the first half and 90 minutes, but yeah, there's a good chance. Yeah, I don't think this was the original cover, but lots of disco records had generic covers from the distributor. Here, the dance logo, I love this, like abstract designs for these covers. And love the Chipmunks, huh? You want more disco tonight? This is my favorite part. Always the perk break. This one might not be cheap anymore, I'm not sure. This is a white label, by the way, but... Oh, yeah, I have a couple of records of this. Yeah, this, no, this is not expensive. Here's the link to that record. It's a 2-track single. So it costs what it should cost. Oh, well, hopefully it was good busy. Good crazy. So who wants more disco and who doesn't? The mask fall down. Man, this mix is heavy. You can hear how loud it is. I love it. Chipmunks, not Smurfs. Alright, I take an executive decision and yeah, I'll play another disco tune. Love this label. Of this label, Half Moon Records. I have a bunch of records there. I recorded at the First Choice studio in New York, or mixed there. Huh. There was a Tortoise track on the Further Mutations compilation, actually. More cheapo disco greatness with an extravagant cover and great breaks. Peter Jack Band, Fire Night Dance. We're listening to The Devil's Run. This is Italo, more or less, but with Leroy Burgess on lead vocal on some tracks there. Yeah. This is a New York Milano affair. Yeah, it is nice. This is way more in your face. Well, I like it as well. I think I found that record in the street in the early 2000s and didn't mind it. I'm not a terrorist, I'm not a provocateur per se, but I do like contrast. So, what to expect next? I'm pretty sure no one's ever transitioned any disco track with the next one, but who knows? A little part, this one I had no idea, but I knew where it was, and the horns. Here comes the break, the drums, the perks. Ooh. This is, if I play this in a club, this is where I start mixing it. I don't play the whole part we all already listened to. This is what you'll start hearing first from the track. The more minimal part of it, obviously. That's how I DJ. And this is like a $5 record, so... Oh, here's the link to that actually. I love all the flanger effects there. Quite subtle, but and some electronic sounds. Maybe from a yeah. Well, that's the best part of it, isn't it? That's a crazy good drum break, huh? And now it just sounds like the hardest, like French touch Justice track from the 2010s. But no, this is from 1979. Yeah, that's one of the hardest 4 to the floor disco tune I know. Well, and the ones who left, we don't see them because we got their eyes closed and their hands on some hips, either your own or someone else. So how much, yeah, and this was on Prelude, by the way, one of the great disco labels, not just disco, they did other stuff, but how much cocaine went into the production of that record? That's the question, isn't it? It is, but it's also kind of nasty. It's so hard that, like, it's not poetic at all, not romantic. Yeah. Next record is sort of one of the very few, seldom compromise I make. So I might eventually get an original of this record because I love the cover so much. And I do like originals. But until I can find an affordable one, this sort of reissue will have to do. Love the pipe organ, or a harmonium maybe on this one. This was recorded in the summer of 1969. Again, Sonic Youth in Denmark. Hello, Marcos. Oh, okay. So Belgium didn't make it. Okay. First issued in 1970. Not totally sure, but this is Henning Christiansen. This was originally released as one side of a split album with, I forget if it was Joseph Beuys. I think so. But the Joseph Beuys track is good, but this one is so good with these field recordings and sort of Hörspiel, and the harmonium or pipe organ, I'm not sure. It's an organ, a Fluxorum organum. Here's the a reproduction of the score. Yeah, Joseph Beuys. And this was reissued in 2015. Remastered by Giuseppe Ielasi on Penultimate Press. Huh. So Henning Christiansen was part of Fluxus, different kind of Fluxus and on the branch you got from the US. This is not miles away from, on one side, Hermann Nitsch, and on the other one, Asmus Tietjens. Yeah. The original of that will set you back between 600 euros and 1500. But it's got great cover art. Absolute trip here. something sort of antagonistic there, but at the same time confounding beauty. I guess you still need to be able to see beauty in the ugliness. Not necessarily ugliness, but oblique beauty, for sure. Obviously, or at Rumsti Pumsti. Gelbe Musik, is that the gallery in Berlin that created the exhibition Broken Music, which resulted in that catalog that became very instrumental to our hobby, or very dangerous? Good night, Zetman. Have a good one. You're welcome. Oh, you too, Future Face. All right. Well, have a good weekend yourself, and hopefully you have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. And remember, guys, if you haven't already, leave a like to the video. Before you go, go, and support the channel if you can. Cheers. Yeah, being around Gelbe Musik in the 90s must have been fantastic. Does it still exist or not? I thought it still existed, but I'm not sure. I thought it still existed in the mid-2010s, like 2015, 16 or so. But maybe I'm off. Cheers, Robin. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Much appreciated. Well, only a few steps to the objective of the night. Salut Miliani. Ça fait un bail, hein. On est en retard sur notre planning. Alright, yeah, makes sense. this is... The more I listen to this record, the more I feel its power, its grasp, its hold over me. Cheers, Pat. Thank you for leaving a nice tip in the coffee jar as well. Merci beaucoup.
Wie bei einer Mumie waren seine Beine mit schmalen Zeugstreifen umwickelt.
Still have a few real beauties to share with you tonight. New stuff. Some limited, but still available.
Von langem Haar umgeben war, in dem trockene Blätter, Staub und Dornen hafteten.
Including some incredible record, actually, when I think about it.
Seine schlaffe, erdfarbene Haut hing wie Lumpen auf trockenen Zweigen um seine fleischlosen Glieder. Getrocknet, gebleicht, Bänder mit Stangen,
Altered state music, for sure.
Hülle, Reliquie, Mumie, ausgebranntes Feuer, Asche.
See, I love how when you listen to stuff like that, it inspires you. It inspires abstract thought that manifests into reality somehow. Magic Berber was talking about hauntology earlier. This is definitely proto-hauntology music. Might be, huh? Now in 1998, from the San Francisco burgeoning click and cut scene, Twerk and Sutek released an album called Deadpan Escapement. I love that title. It's always been inspiring. 2 years later, a remix album was released from that. You can still find it on the cheap. Not many copies available on vinyl. It was released on CD. Starts with a bunch of locked grooves, which I love records with locked grooves. We're listening to Scapegoat, remixed by Phoenicia. Deadpan Escapement reconstructed on the Context label, Oakland, California. Remixes by Phoenicia, Timeblind, Manquinling, Jake Mendel, Matmos, Kit Clayton, Stewart Walker, Darren Marshall, and Mick Harris, Scorn. Nice. Salut Greg. Phoenicia still is probably my favorite band after Altaker, or alongside Altaker in that type of music. It's different, but it plays to the same strengths. I guess Phoenicia is probably a little more cyclic in nature, sometimes. And of course, when they do a remix, it becomes a track of their own. You can hear Coil in this. It's basically the great meeting of Coil and Altaker. I never realized that. They loved Coil. It just dawned upon me. And we had so many conversations about Coil and I mean, me and them. I accept Altaker in their entirety, almost. There's no point in playing favorites in a way with Altaker. It's just such a massive body of work, which becomes a language of their own. But here, on this record, I hear Blacklight District through Altaker, or vice versa. I love this. Hasn't aged a second. 26 years old. This release. Quite abstract and somewhat esoteric, I concede. Even if I personally don't perceive it that way at all. I just play with the rhythms and the percussion structures. This one is for you, Stéphane, and John, and a lot of you, hopefully. I wasn't sure which track to play on this record, but I went for the first one. They're all good. There's only 3 tracks. It's a piece in 3 movements. Hello, Thomas. Piano Magic. Yeah, Prime is, I often say, is my favorite band ever. So this is the latest Iancu Dumitrescu album, Libelocus. We're listening to Libelocus Alpha. There's 2 other parts. This was recorded in London in 2016, featuring Anna Maria Avram, his wife, who passed away since then, on computer. You also have Tim Hodgkinson on bass clarinet. Iancu is directing the orchestra, featuring Romanian musicians on viola, cello, percussion, bass clarinet, percussion. I mean, you can't really go wrong with this. And it's a blessing we still get new or pieces yet unreleased on vinyl from him. He's still alive, but probably not the easiest person to be around. I'm happy to confront myself with them. It's not my go-to records by any stretch of the mind, but they exist, they're part of the body of work, and I will confront myself to them every now and then. The first part is the one where that feels the most organic in a way. Second part is more electronic, you could say, but there's only one computer there, so yeah, that's a good one. Oh, we already reached the 2 hours. We passed the 2-hour mark. What was I doing? Have you liked the video yet? Have you? I have no means to check right now, so I'll have to trust you. I also have to trust you that you supported the channel if you could, spending these 2.5 hours with me and our friends in the chat. And if you're watching this later and I'm still live, by all means, it will still be appreciated if you tip your DJ off whenever you're catching this, especially if you discover something that you feel like, oh shit, I need this in my life. So Iancu Dumitrescu is the leader per se of a certain school of spectral music from Romania. Spectral music was introduced by a few French composers mostly Jacques Griset and Tristan Murail. I did discover or manage to find one of my greatest grails this year, Tristan Murail 10-inch album, mini album. So I'm deep into that kind of sound. Goodbye, Mr. Zosh. See you soon. And hello, SO10's victims. Hello, Germany. Hello, Crossing Rubicon. How are you doing? That was a nice type of marble that I was not that familiar with yet. Not that I care too much about it, but yeah, it's here, so I might as well show you. Before I play you. You know, every Friday I start with some doubts. Almost every Friday. This was one of these. And I guess we find the way anyways. Someone asked me this week how I was, how I
in the circular library
feel.
Containing everything that ever will be or ever was, there is a pattern encoded in the dome.
Told him, just read the latest blurb in the description of the video and read the poem that follows it, and you'll know how I feel. Was it a good one? I assume it went to the penalties maybe, since everyone has been talking about it only recently, and the game started at 9, almost 4 hours ago. I love this track. Very special.
The code generates an infinite secret that projects in all directions.
Directions.
I love tracks that use vocals that are some
Creating the 4 dimensions in a looped architecture of continuous motion.
lyrics that are somewhat instructional. Hello, Will.
The size of the
Pop.
library is a function of its information content, which is infinitely expanding.
How are you
In the
doing?
holographic chamber, there is a telescope through which one can observe the boundary, outside of which is a true mirror that reflects the boundary back on itself in all directions.
Directions.
is the 4th album from Discovery Zone. A filmmaker and a musician. JJ from the US originally. She's currently based in Berlin nowadays.
Order, sonic data is being
And I adore
projected
this
into the
track.
heavenly dome. As the potential territory increases in absolute size, so does the mirror. And the patterns encoded to preserve the infinite variations of data objects can be observed and experienced.
Good call, Willy Bob. Here's the link to that one.
Information interface calculates all possible variables and documents the movement from chaos to order in the chamber of memory.
We're literally listening to Library Copy Do Not Remove, my favorite track of the album.
Once a cycle has been completed, a new code is generated and preserved.
Such a great soothing, hypnotic
To access each copy, one
quality.
must enter the chamber of replication, but once inside, all memory of other copies ceases to exist.
absorbing, yeah. I agree. I totally agree. Advisory circle can be good, but this is great. Hello, Lady Killer Waxed. Hello, Veil and Music. You guys coming up at the tail end of the stream. Hello,
User
Bungle
is
Bounce.
invited to discover patterns in the zone of recognition.
Memory.
An eternal network of information.
This is the music you want to have while they take you to the death chamber to put you down. Just think about it, if death was so sweet. Next record is one that Marcos S&D Seeker seems to love as well.
Just please be aware. You are contained within a library copy. Do not remove.
Well. Yeah, I know, it was a little morbid. Told you that the theme of the week of this stream, or a underlying theme, was compilations. Well, this was released fairly recently. I saw it on Soundom and went for it. And then friend of the show, of the stream, Christopher, Never Modern, hyped me to it as well, even if I was already in. And he seems to have hyped S&D Seeker as well. This is Toothpaste for Your Elephant. Double LP. A lot of unknown names. The ones I know the most here are Old So, that everyone seems to love right now. Not sure I want a whole album of theirs, but I got a great track of them here. There's a good track of Form which we played here a few weeks ago. Climax Golden Twins. Not a fan, but still good. And this is Idol Rosie. Never heard of them. Amazing post-punk dub. The whole compilation is sort of alternational, freak folk, post-punk dub, industrial, like all the good stuff. It is limited to 300 copies, so check it out, because it's actually one of these compilations that goodness at almost every corner. I bought it on Soundom. I don't know if it's still available there. I would urge you to not sleep on it. If we have time, I'll play another tune from this. Here is the link on Discogs. Do your Googling to find copies of it. Yeah, it was S&D Seeker, I think.
Too many days of the week.
Oh well. Well, it reminds me of the music of like 91, 93. No, 81, 83. I mean, I only got this earlier this week. I don't remember when I pre-ordered it. It was some time ago. It was one of my oldest pre-orders on the Sounddome. And I think I ordered it on the strength of 2 tracks. And I think there's at least 7 or 8 tracks that I really enjoy on this. So good value for the money. Compilation with a lot of new names. Some names I know that I'm on the fence with, like Old Soul. It gives me a good track of theirs, so that's a good start. And now we're listening to Nosewise, UK band. Never heard of them before. And there you go for our North American based friends. Go on Carbon Records Bandcamp. Yeah, Cornwich is amazing album. Glad I got it earlier. But it's not even in my top 3 tracks of the album. I love the track she has on this compilation. But there's like 3, 4, 5 tracks on it that I even put above, including the 2 I am playing now. Daniel, if you like it, I encourage you to check Carbon Records Bandcamp or wherever you can find them there in the US. Yeah, freedom music. The sound of freedom, of a liberated mind. Joe, how often do we hear such a good, diverse compilation of exclusive tracks, huh? Yes. Only a few minutes left. We're gonna go overboard. I want to play short tracks at the end, but this is insanely good. That vocal, oh my god, this is so good. Thank you, Marcos, for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar. There's a bridge, yeah. I'm only like 30-40 minutes away from downtown Stockholm. Yeah, it's well worth, and you haven't even heard, you've only heard 2 tracks.
Vamos. ¿A dónde?
Another band I've never heard from.
Otra vez.
From Spain. Congratulations, Spain. Fiesta en El Vaccio. With French vocals.
Envahi par la tendresse envers les vieillards, car ils sont comme les arbres. Et envers les enfants, car ils sont comme les fleurs et les oiseaux.
C'est bon de se sentir envahi par la tendresse envers les vieillards, car ils sont comme les arbres, et envers les enfants, parce qu'ils sont comme les fleurs et les oiseaux. Les vieillards sont nos racines, les enfants sont nos espoirs. Les vieillards sont nos racines, les enfants sont nos espoirs.
Padre, Archie se bebió unos litros de agua Colonia y se lo llevaron a la Evita.
Ah, you're still here, Zosha. Cheers, yeah.
Descubrieron en una pieza varias botellas de gin, whisky, coñac,
Billy Box.
licor
Inte
y alcohol
riktigt.
90. Archie se lo metieron en la Evita. Yo vi cuando se lo llevaban. Pudo haberlos matado. Ya se cargó 2 cuchillos de los mejores. Pudo haberlos matado. Tengo que sacarlo. Yo puedo.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you had a nice trip with these 2.5 hours. If you're watching this live, thank you. If you're watching this later, thank you as well. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. School goals. You're welcome, Record Hound. As Mr. Zosh and Daniel reminded you, I did a few times during the stream, I apologize, but yeah, leave us a like to the video if you enjoyed this, if you want this to continue every Friday like I managed so far to keep up. Leave us a little tip or a good one, Daniel. Just follow the links in the description of the video. Tonight I have a few people to especially thanks besides everyone. But firstly, Marcos, Pat, Philippe, John Levinson, Thomas Corcoran as well, Thomas Panhurst, Jason, Michael P. Dawson, Mr. Zosh, who else? Robin, yeah, Solimar, Herkemer, A Revenge, Frank Ruffing, Christian, Mauricio Borba, David Stoll, Bernd Kugel, and Thomas Corcoran. I already say that, but I enjoyed everyone's input. Claude as well, Pat. See you, Joe. Cheers. Yeah, the last track was them. There you go. And so does Joe. Cheers, Thomas. Morbad, the great thing is that this is YouTube. I do it live, but as soon as it ends, you can start watching it from the beginning in parts. Some records might already be sold out if you're here for that. Otherwise, just enjoy the trip, and I will probably see you next Friday. Unless love and despair, luck and and I don't know. Cheers, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.